Today we're going to go over some easy charts in Excel. I have two different scenarios to show you, so let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing I have from a previous video is we looked at salaries for employees, and now I'm going to show you just how to put that on a simple chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the data that I would like to be on the chart. I am going to go to Insert, Recommended Charts, and here it shows a couple different ways that you could view a salary. For example, the first one is just a simple bar chart. And although this is nice, I would kind of like to know how the spending is broken up across my organization. And I feel like a pie chart shows that a bit better. So I'm going to click on this one here. And now this chart has been inserted into my Excel document. What I can do is I can change the title by just clicking on the title here. And let's just put our company And when adding charts, you want to make sure that anyone looking at it can really tell what data you're trying to display. So I want to be very clear in my title. I like the way it labeled the employee names for me. I'm okay with that. I would also like to show some data points here. So I'm going to click within the chart here. It is a left click or a double click on the MacBook. And I'm going to add data labels. Name of the employee and how much their salary is per year. And because I feel like that is confidential information and I don't want it displayed quite that way, I like when I hover over it and I can see the percent of the total salaries. So I want to change my data labels to be a percentage of total salary. So I'm going to click within my chart. I'm going to right click or two finger click on a MacBook. I'm going to format data labels. And then this window opens up here on the right side. And instead of value, I'm going to check percentage. And I feel like that looks better. It also keeps some of the information confidential, although we can see Carla Overton makes the highest percentage at the company. We don't know her exact number. And then if you, let's say you did not like the color scheme that is going on here, you can actually change any of these little pieces of the pie. So for example, maybe you feel like these two blues are too close to each other. You could go ahead and change it by just clicking the section. So now you can see that these little highlighted areas are just on this section of the pie. And I'm going to go to this paint bucket here, solid fill, and I can choose whichever color I feel would be best. I can change it to purple. There's no other purple on there. Sample chart showing the salaries for ABC Company. Now moving on to this tab here, I have door to drug, to this door to drug column. And I work in a medical facility, so we're constantly looking at median minutes for patients who come in, and we want to know the time from their arrival to the time that they received a certain drug. So we're looking at median minutes here in this column. And then in column C, I'm looking at percent of patients who received that drug in less than 60 minutes. So if I were to present this and show it on a graph, I would highlight my data that I would like to be on the graph. I want both my median minutes and my percent compliance. I would go to Insert, Recommended Charts. And right here, this is the chart I would like, but I'm going to show you how to fix it if you chose the incorrect chart. So I'm going to start with this chart here, this line chart. And although this chart does show my data, it shows median minutes, and then it's a little confused with percent compliance, but we're going to fix it. So I have my chart here, and I would click within the plot area. So it is highlighted with these little markers on the edges. I would right click, and I would change the chart type. Since I'm showing two different things here, I'm showing median minutes and percent compliance, I need a chart that is a combo chart. And then I want, under combo, you can see here, this combo chart has a X and Y axis, but then this one has a secondary axis. So I'm going to choose this version. And so now this chart has my month here, and it shows the median minutes, and then this line is showing the percent compliance. So now I'm just going to add some additional elements to this chart. I'm going to click within the chart, and I'm going to click Add Element to Chart, and I want to add some titles. So under my primary vertical axis, I'm going to change this to median minutes. And then I'm going to go back to titles, and I'm going to change my secondary axis to percent compliance. Under my chart title, I'm going to put door to drug, median minutes, and percent compliance 2023. It's always really important to be very specific on your charts. I don't feel like you need a title down here. Everyone knows that these are months, but it is important when you make your title that you have a year so people know the time frame that you're talking about, that you label what this is over here, because someone may think that this is percent compliance. And then also that you're very clear with what you're showing. So the blue bars are median minutes, and the orange line is percent of cases in less than 60 minutes. So it's very clear for anyone looking at the chart what the chart is showing. It's not possible for me to have 120% compliance, so I'm going to fix this axis here. And so what I did was I just right-clicked on the numbers, and then under maximum here, since it's a percent, I'm going to change that to 1.0. And so it's going to end at 100%. And then over here, this goes up to 50 minutes. I feel like it looks good, so I'm going to leave that. But if I didn't like that and I wanted to change it, I would just click over here. I would right click and go to Format. The next thing I want to do is I want to add another label here. I'm going to click on the bars, and I'm going to add data labels. So now I feel like that's easier for people to quickly read. And let's do it on the line too. Oops, we added a trend line. So some people do like this. So we can see that our trend line is going up. So our compliance as the year went on got better. So you could leave that if you like it, or you could press undo to remove it. What I was wanting to do was add data labels. And I feel like that looks pretty good. If you didn't like the way that these looked exactly, you could click on them, right click, format data labels. And then maybe you would like them to be centered over the line. You could do it above the line. So whatever you feel looks best on your chart. Remember, you're presenting this and you want it to be as clear and concise as possible. So I feel like that looks pretty good, but I think I liked a little bit better off to the side. to the right. I feel like that looked a little bit better for me. I didn't like how the percentages were within the bars. I felt like it was a little difficult to read. All right. Thank you for tuning in today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will either answer them there or I'll create another video answering your specific question. Thank you.